Pat Kemp.
Hi, I'm Pat Kemp, 5605 North Seminole Avenue in Tampa. I'd like to thank Commissioner Miller for this evening for allowing us to come and talk about this. I think it's very important to hear from the community, and I'm very proud of all the passionate, well-researched, and all the good information that has gotten out here. I'm somewhat disappointed that earlier at some point that FDOT didn't make a more comprehensive presentation so people would have some idea of what this project was. It's very hard getting information. What I heard tonight was a real plea for transit, and I hope that we take this very seriously. The proposed half-cent sales tax now with only a 25% going to a transit system is inadequate, won't do what we need to do, and I think it's time to really look at that. I'd also like to talk about the financing of this. When I heard about it, I looked at what the roads were around the country, what was happening. From San Diego, regional government purchases a bankrupt 10-mile toll road for $345 million. From the LA Times, it became a cautionary tale about risky assumptions. Traffic counts were 50% less than projections. From Greenville, South Carolina, designers, engineers, lawyers, consultants, and construction companies made their money in development and construction and then left the resulting mess to a phony public-private entity without any real owners. In Southern California, after months of secret deliberations, board members unveiled a $1.2 billion package of loans and payments to bail out the struggling San Joaquin Tollway. The Dulles Greenway to Dulles Airport has never been able to make payments on the debt held by major insurance companies. It goes on and on. In Virginia, just recently, a 55-mile toll road was canceled, and taxpayers were left on the hook for $260 million without a shovel of dirt turned. And just from November 2014, in the Journal of Transportation, 10 projects on variable toll lanes around the country, including Miami. Out of the 10, 4 of them actually lost money and had to be taxpayer subsidized. The other 6 made small amounts of money, including the Miami. But from the numbers that I saw in Miami, there was a $15 million in expenses, $7.5 million in revenue, and taxpayers subsidized it the most in the country at $2.6 million. I assume that's Florida state taxpayers. So we, I think, really need to look at the financing of this road and the costs. And I always hear about the cost of transit, but not about the cost of these roads. I'd also like to have some of the presentation I thought was interesting to hear tonight, but I'd really like to be thinking about veterans and I-75, where they weren't even anticipated when this was planned and where they have room for expansion and could be done. I know I-4 on the west side here is already widened and really full, so that you could be thinking about those, but thinking about also limiting lanes in other places and making it a less impactful project on the areas. Thank you.
John.